20 years ago, this area was mostly just wetlands, and today it is arguably the epicenter for Orlando when it comes to the technology and medical industries. That's right, we are in Lake Nona, one of the most sought after and coveted areas in the entire Orlando area. Today we're going to dive into this community, we're going to take a tour, we're going to visit and talk about some of the popular areas, some of the spots that really make this community what it is, and some of the important aspects of this community as well, and what makes it so unique from other areas around town. My name is Don Sprinkle. My team and I are working with families every single day who are relocating to the Orlando area. We absolutely love it. Stick around. We got a lot in for you today. You don't know this, but we were already upstairs once. We shot our shots and everything we were going to do, and then we realized we had no sound whatsoever. So we're going to go do it again. It is bright and it's going to get humid for sure. This is a really cool spot because you can see a lot of the recent development over the last 10 years in this area, and where it's really just built and grown out over the last few years. This parking garage is huge for the parking in this area too, because you can park here and it's free for 2 hours, and you can walk to a lot of these different places once you're here. So located in southeast Orlando, the development and the vision of Lake Nona as a master plan community really began to take shape in the early 90s with the Tavistock Group. The vision was to create a community where people could live, work, and play and thrive in a sustainable and environmentally conscious community. One of the early partners for the Tavistock Group was the University of Central Florida, right here in Orlando. They partnered with them in building their UCF School of Medicine, which has expanded over the years and is now what we know as Lake Nona Medical City. In addition to healthcare, Lake Nona area has attracted other professionals in industries such as technology and education, really making this one of the hubs of Orlando for leading industries as well as working professionals. The weather, yes. I was gonna say this is a perfect day to shoot because up until just about 10 seconds ago, the sun was completely hidden by the clouds. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. It was already 85, 86 degrees, and it's only gonna get hotter as the day goes on, but hopefully I just make it through the one shirt. So let's say I get to it. If you guys are liking this video, if you're enjoying the content, please smash that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the awesome content we're putting out to you guys on a weekly basis. Oh man, it's hot. So much for that not sweating thing. All right. You know, what's really neat about this area is that 10 years ago, really wasn't a lot of places or a lot of things to do. There wasn't a lot of places to go to eat, a lot of places for shopping. The last 10 years has really changed a lot of that. There are a ton of trendy, hip little places here, unique spots for shopping, for food. And again, it's not everything. It's a lot more than it was 10 years ago. We're gonna have even more in the years to come. There's still so much more here. Those creature comforts that we really enjoy a lot that you can get here these days. And this area that we're in that I'm talking about is Town Center. This is kind of like the hub of the Lake Nona community. A lot of shops, a lot of restaurants, a lot of different things for you to do, and a lot of walkability, as you can see. They got a great parking garage right here too. 2 hours free parking, can't beat that. So you work
Bosphorus, Lake Nona.
Tell somebody who's not familiar with this area what you like about this area.
I'd say pretty much just the family atmosphere, the community that Lake Nona brings to the plate. They have Fridays where they do community get-togethers. They have food trucks that come out to meet the regular population. They have different things that happen with events like Boxy Park holds events. They hold events at the Park Pizza. Chroma usually does like different things that happen. Lake Nona, especially this part as well, is that it's like smoke free, so there's not a lot of, you know what I'm saying, contaminants in the area. You can have a good time with your family, your babies, your infants, stuff like that. They can just run around and stuff like that. Like, it's real family atmosphere.
Cool, man. I appreciate it. And if there's a downside to the Lake Nona area, it's probably, you know, the walkability. There's some great areas like Town Center, you know, of course, that has a, you know, parking garage, but as a whole in general, compared to other towns, it's not that walkable. They have made some upgrades over the last few years with some of the public transportation. They have an autonomous, auto-driven shuttle service that will take you around some of the main hubs and points of the Lake Nona community. However, if you're trying to venture outside of Lake Nona, you're probably definitely going to want a car or something like that to get you around a little bit faster. Hey, check it out. You see the plane? Right there. Can you get it? We're only about, I mean, depending on where you're at Lake Nona, you could be 5 to 15 minutes away from Orlando International Airport. So you have great access to that. And you might have heard that plane, I don't know, but it's not like that in the entire Lake Nona area. You're not gonna hear planes all the time. When a town has an area literally called Medical City, you have to think that you're in a safe spot, right? There's got to be more than enough medical professionals living here that can help you in a jam. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the big visions for the Lake Nona area was to create a community where medical facilities, research, education were all in one central area. You've got the VA Medical Hospital that recently opened up a couple years ago, UCF School of Medicine, which was the original first structure here, University of Florida Research, Cancer Center, also as well as Lake Nona Health Center. The very presence of these institutions has attracted healthcare professionals and students and researchers from all over the country, and it's one of the reasons that Orlando, you know, this area of Orlando is the hub that it is now for the medical industry, but it's also, from a real estate standpoint, a good reason why this area and its home values have continued to rise. And compared to Orlando as a whole, you're going to find that the home values are a little bit higher on average than the median price point. Lake Nona's development from the beginning has focused on developing a creative and sustainable, eco-friendly community. There are a lot of spaces that utilize innovative tech, green spaces, and eco-friendly areas to preserve more than 40% of the green space in Lake Nona. Many of the buildings here even have energy efficiency built right into them. This building right behind me over my left shoulder actually has smart windows, and what that means is the windows will actually tint. The level of tint that they will provide automatically to the windows is in relation to the outside conditions. It eliminates the need for blinds. It increases the office space by about 10%, and it also increases the energy efficiency of the entire building by 20%. So that's pretty impressive as well, I think. Okay, so we are still in the Laureate Park community area. We're actually at the Laureate Park Village Center Information Center. Right behind me is Canvas, which is a coffee shop information center, but also has a pretty awesome restaurant. They serve farm to table type setting, not a huge menu, but some really good food. This area though was originally supposed to be the community center for the Laureate Park neighborhood. But as they were building, they realized that the community was growing exponentially, much larger than they initially anticipated. So they actually, they kept this space, they put in some shops here and everything, but right across the street is the actual community center, and that's where Laureate Park really shines too, because you're gonna find a bunch of aquatics over there, a few pools, volleyball courts, a fitness center, and all of this is walkable for the residents here in Laureate Park. If you ask any real estate agent that knows their business, at least in the Orlando area, what are the top 5 like up and coming communities, 99% of them, 99.9% of them are probably going to have Lake Nona in there somewhere, if not the #1 up and coming community. And the reason for that is over the last 10 years, this area has really just seen exponential growth. In fact, I was looking on the MLS and looking at the data before we came out here, and what I found was that out of the 1,100 plus homes sold in the Lake Nona area over the last 2.5 years, over 16% of them were new construction, and nearly 54%, over half of the homes sold, were built after 2015. So you're gonna find a lot of newer construction type of homes in this area, no doubt about it. But one of the common misconceptions that I hear a lot from people that are moving to Orlando is that they think that they can't afford the Lake Nona area. And don't get me wrong, right? Lake Nona has its fair share of luxury homes, but that doesn't mean that someone on a little bit smaller budget can't afford to move to Lake Nona. A lot of single family homes, but a lot of townhomes as well. The median price point for a single family home is nearly $680,000. For townhomes, the median price point is only about $445,000. Laureate Park is by far one of the most popular neighborhoods in Lake Nona. It is also one of the few neighborhoods in Lake Nona where walkability is absolutely not a problem. It offers a wide range of housing options, including townhomes and single-family homes. Residents there have access to various amenities such as a resort-style aquatic and fitness center, playgrounds, and scenic trails. It's also really close to a lot of commercial areas, making commute times super minimal. This neighborhood, this is one of those styles where a lot of the homes have the garages rear facing. So you're gonna find, not huge lot lines, right? You're not gonna have a ton of lot and yard space. Some people like it, some people don't. It's not for everybody, but it's a unique feature to this area. Isles of Lake Nona is another newer construction community. It has a large variety of different styles of homes and a wide range of price points. They've got townhomes that are ranging anywhere from the upper 400s and 500,000s to single family homes ranging from 700,000 to upwards of over 1.3 million. You see this? You see the skies? Look at this guy over here, and then pan over here, and look at this guy over here. That's Florida weather. It's nice and sunny on this side of the street. Over here, it's about to be a monsoon, so we got to get back in the car. We got to get out of here. Look at the waterfall. Oh man, that wind is picking up. Summerdale is a new construction community on the south end of Lake Nona. It's probably about as far south as you can go on Narcoossee before you get into what's actually considered Kissimmee. When it comes to all the other areas that you might want to go to, the theme parks, you're probably 20 to 30 minutes away from the airport. Is again, depending on where you're at in Lake Nona, you're anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes away. This time of day on Narcoossee, this is pretty normal. All right, we have traffic starting to build up. It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so something might be going on, but rush hour times, Narcoossee is definitely a crowded road. Village Walk is another popular community in Lake Nona. It's got a mix of single-family homes as well as townhomes, and the homes were built primarily between 2005 and 2015. This is a highly sought-after area because it's actually zoned for Lake Nona Middle School, as well as Lake Nona High School and Laureate Park Elementary. I like this neighborhood for two reasons. Number one, the townhomes here are pretty nice because the way that they're built out, it really looks like almost single-family homes. They're crafted and they're built together in a unique way that really just kind of blends with the entire neighborhood. The other reason that this is one of my favorite neighborhoods is, what other neighborhood do you know that has its own gas station? Guys, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Lake Nona. We're going to come back. We're going to do another video, talk more about these neighborhoods as well as some of the other neighborhoods, really dive into them. So make sure you check out that video. We're going to talk a lot too, do another video about the recent changes with Disney and how that's affecting the Lake Nona area, the businesses in the community here, and what sort of impact that might have. So make sure you check out those videos. If you have any questions, if there's anything that we missed, you need further clarification, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, drop a comment. However you like to communicate, we got your back. My team and I are working with families every day who are relocating to and from the Central Florida area. We'd love to be an option for you. And until next time, I'm Don Sprinkle. We're living in Orlando, Florida.